Okay, you came here for my girl. You don't want to hear us talk. Everyone's seen this movie, right?
Everyone our age has seen this movie.
Yeah. Hello, millennial person. You came here for this. I saw this at the movies with my gran, I think. Did you? See it?
What year did it come out?
91.
But not either.
Probably not.
Well, let's spin on it.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, see ya. Veda,
What?
what'd you think of me?
For what?
What if you don't get to marry Mr. Bixler?
I guess.
Oh god, it is that scene. I was hoping it wasn't going to be this scene.
It's a trap!
Yes.
Kids movie.
Hi, Veda.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Feed my fish.
The fish you won at the carnival?
Yes.
He's getting big. Veda, come here and sit down for a minute. Veda, something happened to Thomas J. last night. He stepped on a beehive.
I told him not to tease those bees. Did he get stung? Maybe I should go over and yell at him.
No, sweetheart. You can't.
Why not?
He was allergic to bees.
He's okay, isn't he?
There were just too many of them.
Dr. Welty? Dr. Welty?
Veda, what's wrong, sweetheart?
I can't breathe. I'm suffocating.
Oh, wait, relax now. Let me look. It's okay. Here, come on. Up here, we'll have a look. That's the girl.
It hurts. It hurts so bad. Make it stop.
What hurts, Veda?
The bee stings. I can't breathe.
Ada, I'm leaving some food for you you by the door in case you get hungry.
No words I could say to begin to express the loss and grief. One word that keeps ringing in my ears is why. Why would God choose to take this little boy from us? I can't give you an answer to that question. But I can tell you that God has chosen Thomas J. for some very special reason. We must find solace in knowing that Thomas J. is under God's care. In that place, there is no sorrow or suffering. The lion lies with the lamb. The day is not divided. I'd like to read a passage from the Bible. This is Matthew 19. At one point, children brought to him that he might lay his hands on them for prayer. The disciples began to chastise them. Jesus said, "Let the children come to me. Do not hinder them. The kingdom of God belongs to such as these." He laid his hands on their heads before he left that place. Let us pray in silence.
I want to go tree climbing, Thomas J. His face hurts. And where is his glasses? He can't see without his glasses. Put his glasses on. Put on his glasses. He was going to be an acrobat.
He's gone, sweetheart.
Get
He's
away.
gone.
Leda, wait! Leda! Leda!
Dana, we're just on my way to your house. You all right? I'm so sorry about Thomas J. Okay, we don't have to talk about him. We don't, Veda, we don't have to talk about him. It's okay. We won't talk about him, all right?
Justin and Ron just say that I should tell people what I feel.
Come here. Sit down over here.
Mr. Bixler, I love you.
Veda.
I love you like my dad loved Shelley. I want to live here.
I think your dad would miss you.
No, he wouldn't. I can't go home.
Yeah, I'll be ready in a second. I just can't seem to find my other earring.
Suzanne, this is Veda.
I'm really sorry.
Could you just give us a minute?
Who's Dad?
That's Suzanne. She and I are going to be married this fall.
No.
I was going to bring her to class next week. I wanted to hear your poems. Veda, please, honey. I cared for him too. Veda, please.
Get away from
Veda.
Fucking hell.
That's the kids' movies we grew up with.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? Give me a second.
Multiple heavy topics being discussed. But also, I haven't seen this movie probably since I was a somewhat similar age to them.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is pretty much what I still remember. So him kicking the bee's nest. And I vaguely remember kind of some of the other stuff, like her, Jamie Lee Curtis, she's coming in as a stepmom, her father's a mortician. Those things I kind of remember,
Yes,
you know, there was a
the
bit
song.
of that. Yeah, the song, and like, yeah, her crush on her teacher.
Yes.
But the only line I remember was, he can't see without his glasses. And like, yeah, over the past, I don't know how many years, every now and again, that'll just pop into my head again. It's like, fuck, mate.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to have to keep talking, otherwise you'll click off. But I'll be okay in a sec.
And look, a big thing I think for I don't know about you, but it's also because we're both the fathers of girls now.
Girls. Oh man!
And even just
it got me. I was just like, oh no.
Well, what really, like, the idea of having to have that conversation with your little girl, like that, and now like fucking kills me as well.
Well, I think what we can talk about maybe is, I guess it's very personal, so it's not like we all have to be created a bit of a safe space because we both got kids and we raise them differently, as you do. And I guess the question is, let's maybe talk about hypothetical kids that aren't our kids and how you might want to do it and our own experiences. Because I was taken to this movie as probably a 9-year-old, maybe 8 or 9, maybe even 8. You know what I mean? So now I don't want to be too unfair on our parents because they just had a lot more on and everything, and they just seemed less aware of media and what was going on. They just pick a movie and say they have a pink title and be like, this is a kid's movie, you know.
I mean, was it that, or was there also just
a hardness about the world?
Not necessarily, but maybe just a bit less cotton wool.
Yeah, well, and I am predisposed now to this amount of cotton wool, which is a lot less than people around me. Like people are very not happy with what I talk about or what I show my children. Would be something, you know, like maybe, you know, no, appropriate for where they are, but still heavier than what they're showing. They're just, you know. Mind you, those people are usually happy for their kids to watch just K-pop Demon Hunters. You know what I mean? Like, they don't count that. Whereas something which is, you know, resembling, they'd rather talk about the occult and demons or not talk about it, and just also the idea of wanting to be a pop star and whatever the hell else, rather than this movie, which is a coming of age film that deals with a completely uncontroversial topic, the idea of mortality. That's completely uncontroversial. It happens to everyone. Thankfully, it doesn't happen as much earlier at early stages, but all that. But like, the reality is, that's as unambiguous. There's a whole raft of these movies from our childhood where, whether it's Artax the horse in Neverending Story going down into the mud, My Girl, there's a range of other movies which have these very iconic, sad moments in them, and you know, maybe there's new ones that I just don't know about, and you know, if you've got kids, you know, young people in your family, and they've got moments similar that are happening right now, I'd like to know about them. But it certainly does feel anecdotally like there was less cotton wool and people more comfortable, and you know what, like, my gran, obviously, if they knew, like, if she knew or my mum knew, they didn't mind my reaction. Like, mind you, kids don't react the way we react either. Like, it rocked us. Like, so some kids do. Some kids just would see that, like, when he died, I was really sad, but it didn't, the full gravity and the weight of it as it's hit me in this watching wasn't there, because kids have a very, you know, they're just not adults, so they don't respond that way. And so, but still, they'd be bummed and sad. And some kids do the crying immediately. But what are they crying for? You know, and you still have to have a conversation. So the parent has to have the Dan Aykroyd conversation with you in a different way. They have to say, now that was, I suppose you could say, that was just a movie, which I've said, you know, like in different contexts. But it is a little bit of a cop out. Obviously, if you don't want to go there right now, that's fine. You know, but it's just putting it off. Like, eventually, you're going to have to sit down and watch something or see something and say, now, you know.
There has been like a couple of kids movies that have dealt with death that I can think of. Pixar's Up and Big Hero 6. But the difference is that both those deaths happen at the start.
Yeah, this is late.
You know them both
very, very well.
You've spent the entire movie getting to know them.
So different.
And then basically this is how the movie ends, and that's the feeling you go out with.
Yes.
Whereas the other two, and they're very sad, but, well, first of all, Up is much less obvious, so you could miss a lot more of it as a child. It's still very impactful to an adult, but you could still miss a lot of it as a kid. And then Big Hero 6, his older brother dies at the beginning. You're not missing any of that. That's kind of what sets off a lot of the story. But first of all, you haven't gotten to know them for
His
as
brother
long.
could be anyone,
And then, then there's the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
To make you
where
feel
no
better
one's
and distract
casually
you.
dying or also meaninglessly dying. Like his death, Macaulay Culkin's death in this is senseless.
Yeah.
You can't make sense of it. It's an accident, sure, but that is what it is. There's no meaning. He didn't die for a cause. He didn't die. There was no agency behind it, so it wasn't like a terrible tragedy or someone sought him out or, it wasn't. And it was just he
didn't die heroically.
It was pointless. Yeah. He was alive, and now he's dead, and he's gone. As Dan Aykroyd says, he's gone. Which is heavy shit to say. So it's one of those things like the metaphorical death of innocence, or the death of innocence, and the match.
Yeah, and then straight into her childhood crush. Yeah. And then having to come to another adult realization of.
When I saw that woman come out, I was like, who the fuck is this?
This fucking bitch.
This fucking bitch. That's exactly what I thought. This is exactly what I thought. And so it's what Anna Koklowski's thinking. So, it's interesting, like, E.T. gets it and Empire of the Sun gets it, by Spielberg actually. But both of those movies show, or Come and See also shows it, if you're doing it right, the person at the beginning of the movie, the kid, is a different person at the end, like kind of physically as well, because you had a whole year probably shooting. But yeah, the Jim at the beginning of Empire of the Sun and the one at the end is completely different. He was a spoiled little brat at the beginning, and and then at the end he's just like he's with his parents and he's mature. And same with E.T. Elliot is not the kid from the beginning of the movie. He was a little bit bratty, a little bit needy and whiny, and then at the end he actually chooses to stay. He chooses to stay not just for him, for his family, for various reasons, and he lets the best friend in all of the universe go. And E.T. he has to make the same decision, I guess. But when you're doing it right,
so a more selfless and adult decision than Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters.
Yes, that's right. Well, and Spielberg's admitted that it was before kids. He didn't understand, and you don't. And I don't begrudge anyone that. Like you don't. No. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being judgy or anything. Like honestly, I was actually that person. You just don't know. You don't know until you've got your heart outside your body, as they say. With these kids. So you do need to choose, I guess. When you show. My Girl, whether it's My Girl or any movie that, look, if movies, you're watching this channel, so movies are important to you, so you're thinking about it too. When do you show, it's a personal question, you could never show them any of this stuff if you want, which is fine. Some people don't, they'll just go, let's don't do it, let's keep it light, let's keep it this good. Look, some people have done that and maybe life will find a way to, but I happen to believe in art, believe in movies, and I think that it's very life affirming. I think it's very, Dead Poet Society's got a similar, it's not really a kids movie, but it was sort of, in our day, it was sort of a bit of a family movie, you know what I mean, in a way, older family, but still a family movie. And that's got a similar moment in it. And I think that, that's even worse because that's, oh God, do I have to say the word? I'm sorry, I'm going to punk out, but it's the. I
think the acceptable one is unaliving.
Unaliving themselves or something, whatever. Anyway, it's YouTube, you get it. So the question is when will you, or when do you show something that they're going to have to be sad. And then it's going to have to get, and if you want them to be into movies, the best movies, not all of them, because some of them are just great experiences and they get you moved in a different way, excited, exhilarated, or awe-inspired, but really the unforgettable ones are the ones that you invest in someone and then they're taken away from you and you're busted up. Like aren't they the best movies in a way? Or best is what's best, but aren't they the most...
I mean, they're certainly the memorable ones.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess my view is on the whole question of shouldn't you show this to a kid or your child. I mean, if they're not going to be able to handle at some stage this sort of loss in a movie, real world's full of it.
Yeah.
So what are you preparing them for?
But I 1000% agree. Obviously, you speak for me as well. I just agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
But you know that if you said that at a dinner party,
I mean, and it's
you know what the other people would say.
It's difficult for me to even follow my own advice because recently I made my 7-year-old watch The Simpsons, and we got to the Halloween special,
and it's a bit scary.
And she got scared, and she did not want to watch another. And I had to convince her, we won't watch the Halloween ones. There's only one per season. I won't put those ones on.
Look,
I've got it on DVD. I said I won't put in the DVD with those. Like,
we'll cover scary in a different, because scary's different. Everyone would. I agree with you there. I push the boundaries with that, and you know what I mean. And there's only my daughter's made of steel. There's only 2 things that terrify her. One's the werewolf in Thriller. She's never been more scared when she sees the werewolf in Thriller, the John Landis' Thriller. And I'm sorry I showed it to her, okay? And so my wife's not happy about it. I thought it was, we were just having a good time. We weren't. So anyway, scary is scary. We all agree, but this is different. This is sadness. This is real life sadness. There's no fantasy involved.
Yeah.
But even then, the dinner party, I could just imagine their reactions, because I've had these conversations and I think I'm totally reasonable, and I think that you are too. And then I've just said these things and people act like they go, yeah, well, and they just, the stuff they say, I just go, what? And everyone agrees with them. They agree that it's a view that, basically they find a fancy way of saying that hiding these realities from them and not letting them experience it in a Whitman sampler kind of way is a bad thing. You know what I mean? We are going on a bit, but so I don't know. I got no counter for that. Again, it's personal, but they don't think that they don't see my view as acceptable. They go, well, you're hurting children, pretty much.
Well, I mean, my own response to that. I've not personally been in that situation, but I would equate it to people watching horror movies more than during bad times than good, because it's I guess this would be more for adults, but it's a safe way to experience those feelings that you're actually kind of experiencing in your everyday life and kind of working through them.
But basic child development stuff, like the idea of letting them, go a certain distance from you and look back and know that you're there, and then they go a little bit further and look back and know that you're there. It's good. It's like good attachment, and letting them explore the world.
That's the thing.
In a safe way.
Otherwise, you get attachment issues. And you get
But you do need to choose, and you will lose something. This is the last thing I'll say. Is that maturation comes at a cost, and it's the thing we don't want to lose the most. And so that's probably the heaviest thing I'll say is that, in order to do the best for them, you have to say goodbye to the thing that you cherished, which is there.
Mind you, having said that, personally, I'm going to punk out and not watch My Girl again anytime soon.
No, I'm not watching. I can't, man. I didn't think it was going to hit me that hard.
I mean, this hit me about as hard as fucking Schindler's, for God's sake.
I know. Yeah, it was really bad. I regret it.
And this is the Home Alone kid and a Toby version of one of the Ghostbusters.
Well, he's our guy. Macaulay's our guy. He's basically one of our family, really. You see him and...
We grew up with him.
So you just see him and you just go... Anyway, all right. You can tune in again to watch me cry and Ivan to look on stoically.
Oh, no, I've been getting choked up.
His tears go inside.
I'm not as stoic as I used to be.